Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of great millstone that rule well. And peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. To you I say Shalom. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the flock of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Alright? This is the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Right. So this scripture, this precept in Job is telling you that the ones that are in control of the earth now are known as the wicked, man. Right? They're known as the wicked. Alright. So whoever's in charge of everything, whoever's running things, first and foremost with the world banks, right? The media, or the political positions. These people that are in charge are known as the wicked, man. All right, now we're going to get into who that's talking about specifically, man. It's the book of Malachi, chapter 1, starting at verse 2. I have loved you, saith the Lord, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness, right? Jacob is going to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and of course, the speckled birds across the four corners of the earth, right? That have lost their identity, lost their heritage, and may look like other nations, may look like other ethnicities, but truly descend from the man known as Jacob, formerly known as Jacob, right? Verse 4, whereas Edom saith, and Edom, Esau, is talking about the so-called white man, all right? Especially the Amalekites, man, which are you so-called small hatters, man. Are you 1948ers, right? Malachi 1 and 4, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. Right? So that's who the wicked is, according to the scriptures, man. Right? And when the wicked are in rulership, man, the people mourn. All right? So when you have the wicked in charge, you got things going on like this, man. Not going on, but this is what they push, man. All right? According to a survey from a Jewish independent nonprofit known as Forward survey, Amalekites are the most accepting group towards transformer people. Only 32% of Amalekites said they strongly agree that there are only two genders, right? It's only 1/3 of Amalekites, man. Small hatters believe that there are only two genders, while 7 out of 10, which roughly is 70, it's really 68%, but it's rounded up to 70%, said that they'll be comfortable learning that a friend is a transformer. All right, and that's the hypocrisy, man. Because these small hatters will claim that they're the Lord's chosen people, right? They proclaim that, man. They take on that identity, but they push the most wickedness throughout the four corners of the earth, right? And this is how you know who's in charge, man, because you're not allowed to criticize them, all right? There's a chance that this video is gonna get strike, so I'm gonna do my best, to word it, is to speak in a way that they can't say nothing against it, because I'm just bringing out facts, all right? And this is from a page called Garbage Human. And look at the comment. Isn't Tel Aviv the most Sodom city on earth, man? So, people know, man. Because that's where they hold the largest parade out there for Sodom, man. All right, see how they defile the earth, man. All right? But let me go to a couple of lists that proves that they're in charge, man. All right? This is from simpletoremember.com. Amalekites, small hatters in the American media. All right? Mortimer Zuckerman, owner of the newspaper called the New York Daily News. All right? Leslie Moonves, president of CBS. Jonathan Miller, CEO of AOL and Time Warner. The president of NBC. vice president of programming for NBC, president of ABC News, right? This is why you get a lot of propaganda pushed, right? Because you seeing and learning and absorbing everything from your enemies, man. All right, and yes, Amalek is our enemy, man. Amalek is our chief enemy, first and foremost, man. It's the book of Numbers, chapter 12. Salakia, this is the book of Numbers, chapter 24, and verse 20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. Right. This is because the Lord is not dealing with Amalek, man. The Lord's not dealing with any Edomite, man. Of course, there are some people that may look white, right? But, you know, through the spirit and through the blood, they are truly Israelites, man. But the Lord's not dealing with any Edomite, especially any Amalekite, man. All right? And that's just the way it is, man. Slakia. This is the book of, I believe it's, Slakia, 1 second. Because, you know, Amalek is going to perish forever, man. And that's according to the scriptures, all right? Let me jump over to the book of, it is First Maccabees. The book of First Maccabees, chapter 2, and verse 62. Fear not then the words of a sinful man, for his glory shall be dung and worms. Today he shall be lifted up, and tomorrow he shall not be found, because he is returned into his dust, and his thought is come to nothing. Right? This is going to be the end of Amalek, man. This is the prophecy, not only for Amalek but Esau, Edom too, man. They're going to be done away with, man. Because of all of the wickedness that they propagate and push through the four corners of the earth, man. Right? And all these channels, all these newspapers, right? What do they push, man? They push sodomy heavy, man. You can't see find a TV show, that's or a major newspaper that's not pushing Sodom and Gomorrah heavy, man. Right? Major owner of Walt Disney, Capital Cities, and ABC, Amalek. Owner of Fox TV, New York Post, London Times, News of the World, Amalek, man. President of CBS, Amalek. Executive Director of CBS, 60 Minutes, Amalek, man. All right. Chair of Fox Entertainment, Amalek. Warner Brothers, Amalek. Right. CEO of Miramax Films, Amalek, man. All these Amalekites, man. All right. Put in positions of power, man. Because the Lord put them there, man, at the end of the day. President of NBC Entertainment, Amalek. Co-owner of DreamWorks, Amalek. Columbia Pictures, chair of Columbia Pictures, Amalek, man. All right, but you know the list goes on, man. Look how long this list is, man. You remember, Amalek is only 2% of the global population. So how are so many of them put in position of power? That's the Lord, man. All right. All the Amalekites, Biden has tapped for top roles in his new administration. Right. Again, Babylon is the most powerful country in the world. And look who's in charge of it, man. All right. Of course, we know that these presidents are elected, but they selected. All right. But look who's in his cabinet. Look who's everybody that's under him, man. The Secretary of State, Amalekite. The the CIA Deputy Director, Amalekite. The Attorney General, Amalekite. Director of National Intelligence, Amalekite. The Chief of Staff, Amalekite. Office of Science and Technology Policy Director, Amalekite. Deputy Health Secretary, Amalekite. Secretary of Homeland Security, Amalekite. National Security Agency Cybersecurity Director, Amalekite. All these, the list goes on, man. All right? The list goes on. This is Exodus chapter 17, starting at verse 8. Then came Amalek and fought with Israel and Rephidim. And Moses said unto Joshua, choose us out men, and go out, fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I'll stand on the top of the hill with the rod of the Most High in my hand. So Joshua did as Moses had said to him, So Joshua did as Moses had said to him, and fought with Amalek. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And it came to pass, when Moses held up his hand, that Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed, right? So basically, it's like at the end of a boxing match, the two contenders will stand in the middle of the ring with the referee holding each hand, and he'll lift up the hand of the victor, and the loser will keep his hand down. So that's just an analogy to show that what it looked like, man. Every time Moses lifted up his hand, Israel was winning the battle, but when he let down his hand, Amalek started winning the battle, and that's a tiring thing to do, especially carrying something. You can't lift up your hands for 30 seconds without it getting a little tired, man. Imagine carrying a staff or a rod in his hand as well, doing that, man. Verse 12, but Moses' hands were very heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat thereon, and Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands, right? So Aaron and Hur kept his hands up because to support, man. The one on the other, the one on the one side and the other on the other side, and his hands were steady until the going down of the sun, right? So he was keeping his hands up till sunset, man. Even with people supporting you, that's a daunting task, man. Verse 13, and Joshua discomforted Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. And the Lord said unto Moses, write this for memorial in a book, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua, for I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. Right. Not only write this down, but also rehearse it. Keep going over it, man. How the Lord is going to do away with Amalek forever, man. All right. Verse 15, and Moses built an altar and called the name of it Jehovah Nisi. All right. Let's go into that word, Jehovah Nisi, which most likely is Yahweh Nisi. Yahweh is my banner, the name given by Moses to the altar which he built in commemoration of the discomfiture of the Amalekites, man. All right. This is why the small hats they will never admit that they're Amalekite, man. It's like a curse word to them, man. It's like a venom in their ears. Watch how they react when you call them an Amalekite, man. Verse 16, Exodus 17 and 16. For he said, because the Lord has sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Right? And this war is continuing, man. Generation to generation. That means it's still going on to this day, man. But we're still holding up that banner, which is the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And this is what's going to destroy this wicked kingdom, man. This is what's going to root Amalek out of rulership, out of the position of power, out of position, period, man. Because he's going to be forgotten about, man. All right? Along with the rest of the Edomites, man. It's the book of Job, chapter 20. Starting at verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment, right? Hey, the triumphing of the wicked is short, man. They don't have that much more time to rule, man. All right, and the joy of the hypocrite is only for a moment, man. All right, again, Amalek is the biggest hypocrite on the face of the earth, man. All right, they claim to be the chosen people, but they dabble in the most wickedness, man. All right, Jake dabble in wickedness too, but 2/3 of our people don't claim to be the chosen people, man, or they despise their heritage, man. All right, but these people will claim to be the holy ones, man, and still do wickedness, still support Sodom and Gomorrah, still support defiling your temple. But of course, they support it when other nations do it, but not themselves, man. Even though majority of Amalek, the majority of Esau, speaking as a man, I believe that all Edomites are Sodomites, man. They're all down with it, man. Job 20 and 6, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. Right? Esau, Edom is going to be done away with after 1,000 years of captivity. They're going to be forgotten about eventually throughout time, man, throughout the kingdom, man. So they could have the scripture talks about Esau rejoicing and being glad, man, because their time is almost up, man. All right, Revelation 12:12 says, "Woe to the inhabitants of the earth, man," because the devil. Actually, let me get that real quick. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right, and this is why you're starting to see Esau show his horns. Esau show how much wickedness he dabbles in sorcery, witchcraft, Sodom and Gomorrah, all these things, man, hypocrisy, right? All of these things, man, because they're trying to live it up while they can, man. All right, this is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, and verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee, thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. Right? Esau Edom really exposes themselves, man. Esau Edom can't hide anymore, man, because he really, a lot of the times, he tells on himself, man. Thou shalt make thyself naked, man. All right? Verse 22, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. Right. And this final captivity is going to be our last captivity, man. For the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yashai, comes down and rules on this planet for the rest of eternity, man. Bringing the kingdom. All right. All right. And let me get one more. I'm going to close out with that. It's the book of Daniel, chapter 4. Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. Right. This is all Yahweh Bashim Yahushai show, man. Everybody just playing their part. And Esau's part is to be the wicked, man. Amalek's part is to be the most wicked, man. That's just his role, man. All right, but his role also is to be done away with too. All right. Continuing on, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basest of men. Right. Esau Edom didn't get to rule the kingdom because of his talent, his wit, his might. No, he only got to rule the kingdom because we went off, man. The Most High gave it to him, the dominion of the earth, the fatness of the earth, because we went off, and as a punishment, we got to serve him. But that time is coming to an end, right? This is what happens when you let the basis of men rule the earth, man. You got them setting up all types of hypocritical laws, right? All types of abominable laws, man. And a lot of times they make Jake advertise those laws, making it seem like a good thing, man. It's like when Sodom was officially legalized by the Supreme Court. Who they made the face of it, man? They made even though he's not a Jake, they made Obama the face of it, man. All right, but 2/3 of our people believe that he's Jake because she shares the same skin tone as some of our people, man. But they drink the juice, man. They don't understand. They lack understanding. But let me wrap it up with that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, a great millstone that rule well. And peace and salutation to the elect of Israel. Until next time, I want to say Shalom and Abad Babal.